You're listening to Nassau Lions football on the voice of Nassau Community College, 90.3 WHPC.
Alex Fleites along with Anthony Tartamello live at Mitchell Field. The score right now is 14-6 Nassau Lions over the Hawking Hawks. The Hawks are ready to go at 1st and 10 at their own 16-yard line after the penalty flag. And we're going to see what's going on after the timeout, as the Lions called a timeout right before we went to break, and we're going to see what they had planned for the Hawks right now.
That is such a heartbreaking penalty to have, because they would have had a great opportunity, but you get a little overzealous there on the defensive back, you touch the receiver, this is what happens.
So 1st and 10 at their own 16-yard line. And second quarter, the quarterback runs it. The quarterback hands it off to number 2 on the Hawks roster. And it's going to be 2nd and about 8.
And we have about 4 minutes left in the quarter, so they can march the ball up a little bit if they want to, but may not be the best idea. They may want to move a little bit faster than 2 yards a carry.
Hawks take the ball, but he hands it off right to a wide open number 2. And number 2 finds a big gap in the Lions defense for a big yard gain of about 25 yards.
Bringing it all the way to the 40. That was a nice carry. And there you go. You may want to carry it faster than 2 yards a carry. That's 25. That's much better.
So it's 1st and 10 for the Hawks at their own 40-yard line. So the Hawks ready to go in the pistol formation. 2 receivers. He hands it off to his running back. Why not? Because he's having a hot game right now. Number 2 stays on fire for the Hawking Hawks.
That is Javon Wilson, who stands in at 5'7" and 250 pounds. That's not a big guy. That is a muscular, strong man. That is a guy that is going to pick you up that extra yard or 2 when you need it.
So 1st and 10 at the Lions' 49-yard line for the Hawks. Lions still up 14-6 with 3 minutes left in the second quarter. Hawks take the snap, but he bobbles it, and looks like the Lions get the ball back with 2 minutes and 49 seconds left in the second quarter. Great defensive play. It's 1st and 10 at the 43-yard line for the Lions. They're ready to go, trying to run the ball, and they hand it off to the wide receiver, and it's about a 7-yard gain for the captain, Amir Dorsey. It's going to be 2nd and 3 at the 35-yard line for the Lions. Lions take the ball, they snap it, and Amir Dorsey drops the ball.
There's a flag on the field near our side of the Lions bench here. Not sure what it was on, but a double play action it looked like, and then a pass to Dorsey. Got to make sure you catch the ball before you run. That looked to be the biggest issue there, as he started taking off toward the end zone before he had the ball fully in his hands. Got to make sure you pull it in and really be able to pick up those yards.
So it looks like the penalty is being called on the Lions, but it's going to be a 5-yard penalty, and they're going to repeat 2nd down. Instead of 2nd and 3rd, it's going to be 2nd and 8 here for the Lions, and it's at the 40-yard line. Lions ready to go. 3 receivers, right? 3 receivers, and he passed it to number 9. Number 9 catches it for a 1st down and then some, brought down out of bounds at about the 30-yard line. That was number 9, Justin Dennis, sophomore wide receiver out of Best-Stille, New York.
And that is a great play. We're watching the Lions march down the field after making that fumble recovery from our right to left. A really, really nice play there to pick up some yardage and really move them forward. About 10 seconds to go before the 2-minute warning.
1st and 10 at the 30-yard line. The screen pass to his wide receiver, number 1, Marcus Lane. Marcus Lane goes for about 4-yard gain, and it's 2nd and 6 at the 26-yard line for the Lions. There's a minute and 50 seconds left in the second quarter. Lions up 14-6 over the Hawks. Trotman having a good game today, but Naeem Jones, their star running back, is having a better game, and Naeem Jones is in the backfield. Trotman passed it to number 2, leads him forward. Number 2 catches it and gets a 1st down and goes out of bounds to stop the clock.
And that's a nice little pickup there for Salvador DiCamillo, 5'8" receiver out of Queens, New York, who also went to Holy Cross. Nice little pickup there to bring them even closer to the red zone.
So they're in the red zone now, and it's 1st and 10 at the 19-yard line. Trotman looking to score, hands it off to Naeem Jones. Naeem Jones, just a bulldozer almost. And it's an 8-yard game for the Lions. And Naeem Jones continues to have a big day on the offensive end. In the hurry-up offense, 2nd and 2, but the whistles are being blown.
Oh, looks like some pushing and shoving there, some flags being thrown. Getting a little testy out there. It is a physical sport, so that does happen. But you don't like to see the unsportsmanlike conduct flags come out.
So we're just going to have to wait and see who's going to be called for the unsportsmanlike
Looks
conduct.
like Bradley Burrell, an offensive lineman for the Lions. And I can't see who it was for the Hawks, but that looked like who it was for the Lions. So it sounds like they could get a little personal on the line there.
And it looks like the penalty is being called on the Hawks right now.
And that's a great break for the Lions to be able to pick up some extra yardage there. Already in the red zone, like you mentioned. Now, with a minute left to go, they could really run out the clock if they decided to do that. They could run the ball. But we'll have to wait and see what the Lions decide to do, how much time to chew off, because now this is where it gets interesting. Because it's a lot tougher than you think to take a minute off the clock when you're 10 yards out, because only so many places you can go. It's only like 10 yards to go.
So it is going to be 2nd and 2, as a penalty was called on the Lions too, but those two penalties offset each other. So it's going to be 1st and goal, actually, at the Hawks' 45-yard line. Trotman ready to take the snap. He takes the snap, hands it off to Naeem Jones. Naeem Jones runs it up for no gain. So it's going to be 2nd and goal for the Hawks.
And Naeem Jones slow to get up, but he looks like he's all right, which is good. You don't want to see those star guys get hurt. But the Lions are trying to figure out from the line. They don't want to go back to the huddle. They want to do this quickly.
2nd and goal at the Hawks' own 5-yard line. At Trotman, ready to go. He takes the snap, looking to pass. Trotman has all kinds of time, and it's a touchdown for the Lions. That was number 18 for the Lions, Jelani Green, sophomore, wide receiver out of Middle Island, New York, who went to Newfield High School.
And that's a great play, especially now. You run down the clock. There's only 39 seconds left to go. Great play by the Lions. Does not give much time for the Hawks. And they can go in up 21-6. That's great. That would be a great way to go into the half if they do so.
So the kicking unit is coming out for the point after attempt.
And it looks like there's an injury down in the back end of the end zone. I can't really see the number. Some of the trainers for the Lions coming out.
Looks like it's number 2, Salvatore DeCamillo, the freshman wide receiver out of Queens. He's still down right now, and looks like he is up under his own power. So always good to see that.
Get a little shaken up sometimes.
And Anthony, just a great drive by the Lions.
Yeah.
And Naeem Jones and Trotman, a 1-2 punch that looks like they can't be stopped right now.
Absolutely.
So the point after attempt is bobbled a little bit, but they still get it. So the Lions are up 21-6 over the Hawking Hawks with 39 seconds left in the second quarter. You're listening to Nassau Lions football on the voice of Nassau Community College, 90.3 WHP.